Hello there everybody, this is Graham, also known as the Collector 75. Welcome to about another Transformers KO review. This time it is Transformers 4 Age of Extinction Stinger. Right, I got this from Sir Toys. I originally wasn't going to get this toy at all in any of its forms, mainly because I believe it's only a Japan exclusive at the moment, and I think it's so massively overpriced I really wasn't going to bother with it. But then, like I said, I saw this on Sir Toys, and this is an oversized die-cast version of the toy. I don't have a deluxe-sized toy to show with it, to compare it with, but this is probably, I don't know what, probably a Voyager almost sized toy. So it's not been upscaled too much, but it is definitely oversized because this is definitely a larger than a deluxe size. To be honest, it's probably closer to a deluxe size from Transformers the first film, to be honest, because obviously since then they've downscaled their sizes somewhat. But for a KO, this is actually really good. It does roll pretty well. Obviously this is just a straight up sort of repaint of the, is it the Bumblebee mould? I didn't actually buy that either. I stopped buying the Bumblebees after probably the first film, to be honest. I can't remember if I got one for the Revenge of the Fallen or not. I put the Decepticon sign on it. It doesn't actually come with one, but I love the colours of this. It's almost like that Cliff Jumper repaint they did. Can't remember if that was for the first film or for the second one. Obviously underneath you're going to see a hell of a lot of the robot under there. But the wheels are okay. It does have a little bit of extra paint on there, courtesy of the KO company that made it. It does come with those little star thingy bobs that Bumblebee come with. Oh, there we go. Dropped him on the floor. Come here. Where you gone? There we go. Oh. And I believe you can put these here somewhere, maybe in his hands, maybe he holds them. Yeah, he sort of does, doesn't he? So I suppose he can drive along with them poking out like that. Don't ask me why, but maybe he wants to do that. Anyway, we're going to put those. Bloody hell. We're going to put those over there. So not much really more to say about this car mode, really, is there? So we're going to transform it. Now, I've never known such a panel former in my life as this car. Oh yeah, it's probably actually almost on size with the original Human Alliance cars. Like, it might go pretty well with Bumblebee or Barricade or whoever. But it's actually pretty good. I do like it. I really do like it, even though it's KO, and I've not really noticed any problems apart from the fact that these panels, I hate them. They just don't want to stay in there, and there's so many panels. Not the KO's fault. It's probably like it's on the bloody original one as well. It's because when I had it in car mode before I transformed it into robot mode and back, it was absolutely fine. So I probably mistransformed it somewhere along the line. There you go. So it does sort of stay in. But it's just annoying. Right, anyway, so we're going to transform it. Now then, where do I start? It's tabbed in all manner of places. You've got to try and get these arms out. These are all just tabbed in. You're better off just pulling around with it. That's it, and bringing these down. Like so, you just, because they're all sort of, there you go, and just ripping the tabs out. Because as you can see, there's a tab there, that's under the bonnet. You've got tabs here into there. It's crazy, eh? You're supposed to know exactly where they all are to get it out and transform it. Anyway, right, so that is that. Then we are just going to simply, I say simply, it is a bit of a nightmare, this toy, because there are just so many panels. Right, we're going to get these ones out of here, I think. Where's that other panel now? Where is it knobbed into? Oh, it's around here somewhere. That's it, there we go. It's a bit of a nightmare, that one. Right, so you free up these ones. Get rid of that one. That's it, and then now that's it. Right, so once that's done, you can bring all these around. I think, how's it supposed to look? Yeah, kind of, innit? Supposed to go over his shoulder or something? Who knows? You can bring that around. And that does something. Does it come around? I think it comes around to there, doesn't it? Like a shoulder guard. That's it. I knew we'd get there in the end. And you fold these down, so there. That gives him his shoulders. You can open out this chest like that. That is about the only bit on this figure that is die cast, is the chest. And then you just untab it from up there. Bring this down. I do like the way the bumper folds away into there. And then that is it. Is it just sort of like hanging around? I think it just sort of hangs in there like that. It just doesn't really do too much, but it does sort of do the job, I suppose. Hang on, you can't actually bloody see it. There we go. Yeah, so it does sort of hang around just like that. and then you've got his robot head. Right, so then we come down to the feet. Then we've got to just simply prise all this away from here. This all then collapses up to the top. Then we get these robot legs. These can be a bit of a nightmare because you don't always exactly know what you're doing with them. There's a tab here. That's it. You open this one out. That comes round, and then you're rotating this one all the way around or something. Rotate that one down and around. Rotate that around. Yeah, it's a bit crazy. It's just because all these tabs. That's where you run into trouble with this figure, because it's a bloody nightmare. That just sort of hangs around up here, and you rotate that around. Bring down the foot. Fold that panel down. Why have we got one leg shorter than the other? I don't know. It's a bit weird. What have I done wrong? No, it's just the way I had the foot. There he is. That's better. And then you bring these arms down and close all that up. And there you have Stinger in robot mode. And if I'm honest, I actually quite like it. Yeah, I actually really like it. For a simple sort of figure, for a size comparison, let's bring in Galvatron. As you can see, he is a Voyager-sized figure, so you can tell that this figure has been upscaled somewhat. And he does fit in with the Voyager size line, which is pretty cool, if you want that. Anyway, back to Stinger. I suppose you can put these star thingy bobs in his hand. Let's have a go. Yeah, it does sort of hold him in there, doesn't he? Oh, bloody hell. There we go. Yeah, now for me, it would have been nice if they had sort of moulded the head, because you can... Hold on, let me see if I can zoom in on that head. Hold on. Let's see, here we go. A little too close. Now then, for that head, you can see where they were going for the Stinger look, because you've got these green motifs up above his normal robot eyes to represent that he's supposed to look like some sort of insect or whatever. If you could have brung this down like a visor above those eyes, that would have been pretty damn cool. But I've tried, but I don't think you can. I mean, if you could, that would, and I can't understand why this piece is separate. So maybe someone out there knows if you can or not. I mean, if you could, that would just be so much better. But as far as I can see, you can't. Anyway, right, so I'm going to put him there. Right, anyway, so that wraps up this review, really. I'm going to put a link at the bottom there, so if you're interested in buying this toy, just click on the link below, and that will take you to the toy. I believe they got some in stock. I think they're about $15 or something, which is pretty cheap. If you're buying in English pounds, it's about £8 or £9, which is pretty good. For a figure that, if you wanted to buy the official one, which is smaller, will set you back about 30 odd quid. Yeah, I don't think I'll bother. I'll probably, if I wanted one, I'd probably stick with this. I mean, it's good. I mean, there's a little bit of paint, sort of not chipping, but rubbing there, just on that die-cast piece. But I think it looks great. I love the silver there on his sort of like abdomen area. I really like it. It's one of my favourite sort of KOs, really. If you want it to sort of like see how it looks with some of the other die-cast KO ones, here's the KO Black Knight Scorn, same sort of size, and same sort of quality, really. I do like the quality, and for a good price. Anyway, right, this has been Graham, the Collector 75. I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.